You can almost feel Japan working their way through the gears as they continued their title defense by easing away from Philippines in Group B to take a 95-57 success. The victory was founded on a stunning 18 three-pointers. Their still winless opponents made them work hard for victory in a competitive first half, but Japan turned on the taps after the halftime break to pull clear and stay perfect. For the Akatsuki Japan, Mai Yamamoto continued her good form with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. While the 2021 tournament MVP, Himawari Akaho, impressed with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks.
Again, you would think that they go in as strong favorite.
The starting five: De Jesus, Bernardino, Pontejos, Animam, ball in hand. Animam now. Let's see if she can deliver early on. And scoops that one in.
Japan under some sort of pressure defensively.
Hayashi now. Oh, just gliding through the lane. Yamamoto, that'll be a great matchup throughout the game. Bernardino finds a bit of space and banks it in.
This Philippines team, so trying to keep the ball out of her hands and putting immense pressure on and bring that confidence to his team.
Akaho! Hayashi pulls up for an early three as well, and she joins the party. De Jesus, Pontejos for an early three. There you go. And the sub, Hoshi there for the rebound. Back to Mauli, and this time she drains it. Shot clock ticks below 10. Animam trapped by the Japanese defense, but gets around them. Teihos, their leadership's been very good. Hoshi from the corner drains that one to a 3x3 teammate, Mauli, who gets it back to Yamamoto.
Wow, she just saw that gap for the first time. Both Cubs
sort of put your best team out because there's risks of injuries. And Hirashita, this will be a fantastic passage of play. Okoye there for the offensive board and the M1. Sarada now, trying to get around Todo, and does so successfully. Hoshi, nice. Okoye, great basketball once again. And now dumps it into Takada. Bernardino came from nowhere. Takada there for the rebound. Motohashi gets another chance, this time from the corner. That's nothing but net. Bernardino nearly loses it. Pontejos for a three of her own. Managed 34 points in total last night and now 14 in the opening quarter. Hayashi though. Hayashi long two. Takada there for the offensive putback. At the end of the first quarter, it's Japan 28 leading the Philippines 14. De Jesus puts a bit of pace on that drive and gets fouled all the way in. Page instead drives, loses the ball. Bernardino just lifts herself over the defense. Try to get around Animam. Wow. Oh, it's a great feed to Takada. Double teams. Animam's there to help. Bernardino goes under Mauli. Offensive pressure from Japan. And just like that, Mauli finds herself in space on the offensive end. Yamamoto in space. Hayashi found herself some space as well. Philippines and a few more defensive stops. Okoye to Akaho though, that's not going to work for them. She's definitely had plenty of attempts, and this time shoved Animam under the ball. Pace this time, but Japan are right where they want them to be. De Jesus finds some space against the bigger Okoye.
A lot of endeavor and is rewarded with her first foul shot.
And gets it back from Hoshi, checks her feet from the corner. Mai Yamamoto! De Jesus in the way, Yamamoto for back-to-back buckets. We'll go to the line instead. Already climbing up the score sheet today, 5 points. Make that 6.
Talk about the depth of that team. Hirashita had 10 points, realizing she would catch it too deep under the basket. Just a little tap to her teammate.
Kabinbin going up against the much bigger Takada once again. Gives it to Animam, who does the job. Now Miyazaki up against Kabinbin. Toto! This time they got back to help.
Yeah, great effort to run.
Did it well yesterday too, but They seem to be emphasizing it more today. De Jesus wants a piece of the party. And Takada easily gets that rebound. Toto.
But I just feel her involvement in the game is so much more.
Wants to get around Miyazaki. Shot clock down to 5. Ponteos!
De Jesus has been a great addition.
Toto. Miyazaki checks her feet and gets the instant reply. It's FIBA Women's Asia Cup clash on game day 2. Yamamoto wants to get things started. 3 rebounds, make that 8 points, 30 points, a 30-point piece or something like that. Met by Akaho. Yamamoto, Akaho now gets rewarded to the floor. Animam, perfect. Yamamoto to reset. Shot clock down to 3. Yamamoto pulls the trigger from 3. Showing off all the moves, and so has Akaho with that athleticism to pop in the basket. Gets to work on Takada. Oza pulls the trigger and lets it fly. Sus. Up against Hayashi. Oh, goes for the reverse layup. Pulls up and gets it to go. Shot clock down to 5 for Japan. Mauli again. Gets a Mauli at the free throw line. Yeah, the load. It can be a different player on any day.
Well, that's the sign of
Bernardino. He's had a really positive game. Just loses the ball on that occasion, but it's somehow... De Jesus gets under the defense.
Bernardino is deceptively athletic.
6 points. Hoshi.
Make the defense force them to either double or come in and help, and then you might have a release pass.
Animam. Bernardino Castillo from 3 for some space, and the air one! Miyazaki. Asahina. Mismatch, and we'll head to the line.
Switching with somebody else, whereas the Japanese players, anytime.
Asahina. Motohashi gets it back. Rises above Animam. Kabinbin. Shot clock ticking down to 5, and she somehow gets it to go! End of the third quarter. It is Japan 66, leading the Philippines 48.
On a bit of a zone out there.
Asahina from the corner. Doesn't know what to do, whether to pick it up or whether to go in for the rebound. Miyazaki take full advantage of it. Because they're not just getting points, they're filling up the rebounds column, they're filling up the assists column. Fajardo finds some space and a 3-pointer to go with it.
Win this Asia Cup 6 in a row, that would be pretty phenomenal.
Akaho fouled on the way in. Go 6 in a row. Unbelievable.
Monica Okea actually has played some basketball.
And again, the Japanese players flying from the corner. Bernardino puts the afterburners on Akaho, and it works out perfectly.
Wow.
Akaho being impressed with her as well. Whistle blown.
She's good at both ends of the court. She just goes about and plays the game and...
Senses Hoshi off and running. Hirashita banks it in. Just something for Coach Aquino to be mindful of. As you can see, he just takes a deep breath in. Up out of her hands. Hoshi and Hirashita in the front court again. This time it's Yamamoto who gets on the end of it. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. That's her second foul for the day. Hasn't quite connected for her, Okoye. Bernardino calls for it long and banks it in. Hirashita.
Wow.
Now she's getting involved.
Did she adjust it? She got pushed. She almost fell, and then she still came up to get a hand on that.
Hirashita. Ponteos. Fouled.
The flag and dropped their heads at all. They're still going at it. Well, they've really, in fact, this third quarter.
Not going to be converted. Hirashita just like that. Up the opposite end.